Hello, Gravy Timothy's, and welcome back to the Paradox Mega Campaign 2023 Part 2 EU4 Electric Boogaloo. So obviously where you last left off in the CK3 part, we had carved out ourselves a mighty empire in the middle of Europe, but that is not the only empire in Europe. But before we get too far into this, big shout out to all the mod creators as usual, links down below, and also look at that, new poster merch. You can get that link down below as well. Please support channel. Anyway, on to the video. Okay, so this is the blob. So having destroyed all the other claimants of Rome, it's back. Better than ever in a regency council because all our leaders kept dying. Also a little weird thing with the converter is the Roman culture is now Germanic, obviously, but it's so Germanic and Roman at the same time it kind of overtook what Germanic even is. So the Roman culture and the Germanic culture, quote unquote, are both the same, but it doesn't actually put us in the same culture group as the Greco-Romans, so yeah, kind of weird. Hey, but either way, Germanic, Roman, it's all the same. We're now situated in Germany more than Rome anyway. We also don't really have a banner or a flag. That didn't translate over, but also I just kind of like the blank color. I think it kind of suits us, really. So right there, slap in the middle of Europe is Rome. To our left is Britannia, which has a lot of puppets, and then to the right of us is the Chagatai. I really hope they don't stick around because they're absolutely disgustingly huge and have a ton of development. Few other interesting things is we obviously have Jerusalem down here. Hellas and Epirus are both Roman kingdoms, and I guess Achaia as well, but I think, yep, they are a puppet of Hellas, so things are still very Roman looking down there, even if we don't really want them to be. And Leon just can't really be bothered with the whole Reconquista thing, and decided to just take over Italy. Because, yeah, for some reason Aragon is now here, and yeah, they did not get too far with that whole Reconquista rig. But anyway, it's time to get in, and hopefully nobody kills 15 of my leaders this time. So things in Rome aren't too bad. We got a lot of soldiers, a lot of money. Yeah, we're making some money. And we're still hanging on to Rome, which actually has a ton of development in it because the converters actually do convert the development over from CK3, which is also why you're going to be seeing a lot of red like over here in Russia, where things didn't get too developed. But there are a few provinces that do stick out, but yeah, Rome's the greenest one around. Yeah, either way, even though we do control Rome, I don't plan on expanding any more into Italy because even now, I cannot get that old man smell out of it. Instead, I think we'll be focusing on Germany a lot more. We have a whole bunch of claims because we did form the Kingdom of Germany, and we definitely need to make sure we fulfill all of them. And I think our main competitor today is definitely going to be Britannia. They're going to be a pain in my behind, I can tell you that much. So the little child that overtook his father, who was assassinated like all his fathers before him, has come into power, and we now have Emperor Antonius Roman. Actually, a very good leader too. And our first decree is right of conquest on the rest of these barbarians. Hey, so a couple things. I have a flag now. Also, I noticed that Leon, who has actually gone about doing a bit of conquesting down in Iberia, is supporting the independence of France. So I did it too, and now I'm at war with Great Britain. And I was plopping France back into the war isn't great since we did go to war with them a whole bunch of times before. It's mostly because Britain still owns a whole bunch of German land over here that I want to get them a bit weaker on the continent. Hey, there we go. We won quite easily on that one, and I even got some of the British land up here, so I'd consider that a win. I'm not sure how France is going to do after that, but we'll see. Also, I didn't realize that Leon got pieced out, and Britain now owns land down there. They're not taking their defeat on the continent too well, taking it out on poor old Scotland, who I do want to say are still technically in our dynasty, but because it's a split off one, it sadly doesn't actually count in EU4, which makes me sad that the Roman scones will be probably dead soon. Oh well, we have switched emperors once again, and we now have Andronikos, the first of Rome Roman, and he's not exactly as great as the one before him, but sure, I'm hoping his dad didn't get assassinated. Okay, so I need to take out Denmark, who have unfortunately got a huge Pomeranian puppet down here, if you didn't realize, and I'm gonna have to assemble the squad to do it, because that's a lot of troops they have. Why? But every single war that I have, anyone that I'm at war with always seems to go all the way down to Rome and personally sack it. I don't know why. I'm not too sure why Pomerania felt the need, but I guess they did. Oh wait, sorry, I read that completely wrong. Denmark is actually the vassal under Pomerania. I could have thought I thought it was the other way around, but I guess it kind of got messed up in the converter or something. Either way, doesn't matter. They're both combined together, so it's best to get land off them while we can. Alright, this is definitely going to give us a little bit of a coalition here. Nothing too crazy though, and oh my god, we're going to be taking a bit of gold too, which is great. I also did give Sweden some land because I had to call them in for that, and I don't want to lose them as an ally just yet. But securing Germania proper is definitely my goal, and as you can see, we are making steady progress. We still will have to deal with the British again at some point, because as you can see, they are still expanding over here too. Taking a look what's happening on my border there. Pomerania is getting invaded by Chagatai, who, yeah, they're only getting stronger, by the way. Oh, yeah, I think I might have to look east at some point. The UK is at war with Spain again, or at least everyone in Spain, so I think now might be the time for us to strike, as they have secured all of the lowlands over here, and I think that's kind of cringe. I only now just realized that the British capital is in Leinster. Which, funnily enough, is the one place they don't even have the culture accepted, because it's Hiberno-Norse. Okay, so that was a long war, mostly just waiting for them to give up, but there you go. We've taken this land off of them, which is really hard to tell as we are both red. Oh, there you go. So colonialism has spawned. Now, I have no interest at all in doing any colonizing whatsoever this game, because it always tends to be the same thing we're doing, so I'm just gonna stick to being a mainland power, at least until into Vicky 2. That's interesting. We've got a bit of a pretender state down here, the Roman Empire, that I think actually popped out of Hellas. They just got beat up by Anatolia pretty badly. You know what? That's kind of cool. I'm just gonna leave them alone and see what happens to them. Yeah, I know, like, we destroyed all the other Roman empires, but this one's so small and pathetic, I think we're just gonna see where it goes. I don't think it even has, it only has claims on Rome. And my capital. Oh yeah, also the Protestant Reformation just hasn't happened, so we're still in the age of discovery. I'm not sure if it will pop, but we'll see, I guess. Oh, Croatia is trying to take down Epirus. And I'm going to be real with you, I should probably deal with Croatia at some point, as they are getting rather large on the border. And there you go, with our newfound conquest from Croatia, I've re-released Hungary into the world as a bit of a buffer state from us and the East, and they're being led by monarch name Laszlo I of Ziki. Sorry, Duke monarch name Laszlo I of Ziki. Oh wait, sorry, Duke monarch underscore name underscore Laszlo I of Ziki. Oh, the old Greco-Roman states ain't doing too well. They're starting to look a little bit holy down here. Oh, you know what they say, out with the old, in with the new. My best friend has just been born. Speaking of which, it's time for our annual death war with the British. Well, actually wasn't too much of a death war. The British are too scared to come have a little fight with us on the continent. So old Protestant Reformation hadn't spawned yet, so I did it with a command, just so we can move past the age of discovery in 1572, and yeah, it spawned in the Pope, so... Oh yeah, also my alliance with Jerusalem lasted like a whole of 2 seconds, because I'm allied with Italy, and they just declared war on someone down here that they were allied to, so oopsie. So I have gone ahead and I've released the Dutch, mostly so we can get a few more easy calls off the British when we do get to war with them, and because I don't have to worry about it afterwards. And it's not like we don't have a lot of land, but yeah, just looking around anyway in general right now, Andalusia's huge, Leon is still doing okay, Italy's actually very powerful, and Anatolia is also coming together. The Byzantines are reuniting. Not too sure what the Chagatai has been up to, but they are still just unhumanly huge. And as for the New World, everyone's just kind of been too busy beating each other up to really get much done. But Andalusia is in North America, the British are in the Caribbean, and Leon has arrived in South America and... oh, sorry, Britannic Brazil. Oh, it happened. We've made it out of the Age of Discovery in 1582. Sadly, the Age of Reformation isn't really valid to me. I'm Orthodox. Yeah, just a Pope thing at the moment. No one else has flipped. The owners told me about New World Diamonds, which... hold on a sec, do I get 2,000 ducats from that? No, they just got 2,000 ducats. Can I take a loan, please? Oh, once again, we're going back to slap the British about, this time liberating Dutch people. Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing to say out loud now I think about it. Once again, our wars with the British have turned out exactly like you'd imagine them. They're too scared to come off their island, and all of their allies are getting sieged down. Oh, it finally happened. My ally Sweden is going to war with Bajamaland, and that has called us into a war against Chagatai. Not 100% sure what I have to offer here. It does look like they are mostly focusing on Sweden, which they should, because they started the war. Don't forget that. Great Sultan Yang Diao. That one of the worst places to be fighting, by the way. It's such a open front that you just see nothing, and then out of nowhere comes like the doom stack from Mongolia. Oh, okay, that was a bit of a decisive one right there. I think we just knocked out pretty much both their armies, so hopefully Sweden can hurry up and get sieging so we can end this damn thing. Oh, there you go. That was a lot of casualties on both sides. Thankfully, not all mine though. I don't even know if they took anything then, or if they did, if it was worth it, because it was definitely not worth it for me. Although saying that, keeping both Sweden, France, and Italy powerful is the best thing I have, because I don't have any boats, more or less the capability to build as many boats as Britain, who I'm mainly going at war with all of the time. Okay, boys, that time of the century, truce is up with Great Britain, which means we're going straight back in. Considering how much land they did have over here on the continent, we have whittled it down quite a lot. After I take the rest of the lowlands, I don't think I'll care too much about France's stuff, because France is already quite powerful, and they are doing a lot of colonizing over here, I've noticed. Oh, it doesn't seem like much has been going on in Asia. We do have a unified Japan and Korea, but China does look like it's about to explode, actually, now I'm looking at it. But I'll say our economy is not looking bad, although it really shouldn't be looking bad considering how much land I own here. And I do kind of wish that Leon would pick an area and stick to it, though. They still own southern France and a whole bunch of land over here. They haven't made a move anywhere in Iberia. I guess it's time we gave them a little push in the right direction. Oh, so now we just have a self-contained Leon Western Europe here that we can chip away with, just like we did the British. Oh, yeah, things ain't looking too good for China. The worst part is, I think this is just going to make Chagatai even more powerful. Yeah, we're definitely getting to the point of the game right now where the stupid money starts coming in, considering I'm about to get 6.9k, 6.3k off the Chagatai just to piece them out in my war against Galicia. You know, I didn't even want too much land off Galicia in the first place, but yeah, sure. I didn't even get the full 6.3k. Not sure if it went between me and my allies, or if they're just broke. It could be either or. That's great. Manufactories just spawned down in Persia, which isn't that surprising considering the tech map of the world. Yeah, here's something. I haven't even looked at the Great Powers list this entire time. And that's probably because I've not been too relevant on it by the looks of things. I mean, I have so much development. I don't actually know how they're overtaking me here. What? How are they doing this? Oh, maybe it's because they've embraced the institution and I have not, because, you know, it didn't spawn anywhere near me. Although I do have tons of manufacturing, so it is slowly appearing, and then I will embrace it and be #1 great power, hopefully. Okay, I've embraced a new stupid institution. I should be great power. She's been overtaken by France. I am literally the reason you're on the map. Yeah, I was also at war with Andalusia and took a bunch of their lands and stuff, but I was going to give it to the Roman Empire so they had more than a province, but they they don't want it. Yeah, I think we're at the time now where Chagatai well, it won't be doing too well from here on out by the looks of things. Yeah, I would even needed to give them a lick of help there. Our friendly Scandinavian neighbors are taking them down. So with all the land I got in southern Italy and Corsica and Sardinia, I've just given it over to Hellas because they'll accept it, and they are still Roman. They've got King Octavius III of Roman Vaden. Just ignore that last part. And they are still Greco-Roman, albeit I don't think they even own any Greco-Roman provinces. Well, no, they don't. For whatever reason, the Greco-Roman culture is actually with the Italian culture, though. So I guess they do technically own some, in a way. So France has finally gone ahead and broke their alliance with me, even though we've been best of buds since the start of the game, because the AI has decided that they want 3 of my provinces. Wow. So I've gotten back at them, and I'm supporting their colony's independence in America, so hopefully they declare it. Okay, we have reached the 1700s and are pretty much getting towards the end of our game in EU4 now, and once again, the Chagatai are getting beaten up. Considering how scary they were at the start, they're definitely no longer scary anymore. They're actually losing to India over here. India's sieging them out over here, but Kasala's here. How did you get over there? Okay, who are we to question the smarty pantsness of the EU4 AI? Now, as for all the colonialism, Australia, very French. Africa, kind of British, but also getting sieged down by Andalusia. South America, looking a bit of a mix there. A lot of British, a lot of Andalusia, and also Cuba. Yeah, that's because Cuba broke free of the UK at some point. I don't really pay attention because I have no reason to look over here, unsurprisingly. But the big one, French America. Huge. Oh yeah, and also Muslim. I think France took land off of Andalusia over here, and then their colony flipped to Sunny. So Muslim in America, I guess. Although, remember, I am supporting their independence, and I do hope that they actually declare war on the French, because that's what I've been kind of waiting for over in Europe. Oh, well, speaking of which, there we go. Just as I was building my forts, actually, a bit annoying. E4 AI is one of the worst in all Paradox games, because why the hell is France walking through a neutral nation just to siege out over here when their homeland looks like this? There they go again, just walking straight back through Italy. So, Paris is getting sieged down, or it is no bother. We will walk back and forth in the Alps and they shall get bored. Yeah, by the way, the enlightenment did spawn, but it spawned in India, which, you know what, actually, not that crazy to think about, honestly, but anyway, we don't have it over here. Yeah, Rome, unsurprisingly, not very enlightened, especially considering we've kind of doubled down on the whole Rome part. Hey, there you go. The Floridian War of Independence has now granted Florida independence, because that's what they called their colonial nation. Well done, Florida. Oh wait, was Canada also in that? I didn't actually see that. So we've got an independent Canada, and we also have an independent Florida. Why is it called Florida? Oh, just as Florida giveth, he also taketh, and now we have the United States with some very wacky borders, I gotta say. Yeah, so I just realized, looking at our dynasty and who is the same of us, we have both France and Scandinavia. Hungary doesn't count because I threw my dynasty on there, so don't worry about that. Yeah, but both France and Scandinavia are both the Roman dynasty, which is a little very funny, considering, you know, we used to be friends. Empress Adder0 It's supposed to be Adelaide. I don't know why those are zeros. Yeah, but we got Emperor Olaf I Roman and Empress Adelaide III Roman, and of course Emperor Andronicus V of Roman. I know, probably could have thought of a better name, but yeah, we're Roman. Because look, we still technically own Rome, so we are Rome, even though we've built a much better and bigger Rome in Germany. Another institution that has not spawned in us, it's spawned in Wales. Look at it, look at that little chimney piping away as industry overtakes us, and soon we'll have the Amazon sweatshop warehouse. British capital's still over here in Ireland, but thankfully it is actually Irish culture now, which is a accepted culture for the British. Well done for them. Now obviously, because we have industrialization, I think we'll be wrapping up here and going to Victoria 2 pretty soon. I do just want to clean up the borders with Croatia a little bit, but that'll be one more war, which I'm gonna have to wait for my truce to run up with. Oh, I just saw something flash up. Huh. Yeah, I was wondering if they had the ability to do that, but I guess after taking a bit more land, they definitely do. And the sad part about all of this is, yep, they are way above me in great power rank. Sadly, there's not a lot more land I could take. Not that there's really any land I want to take either. I think we're in a very good place for Rome. But now, I thought I got rid of you. This part is, well, looking at this map right here, you notice Byzantium, but there's also the Seljuks have made one hell of a comeback too. And then we got Jerusalem there. This whole area just has not moved from CK3. Well, we were going to clean up Croatia, but they are guaranteed by the Byzantines, and that is a 2 million manpower war that I think would be better suited for another game. So this is exactly where we'll be leaving off for today. Actually not looking too bad at all. All the colonization is going. Only a couple nations actually breaking free, being Cuban Brazil, which is just Cuba. I don't know how that's going to translate. The US and Canada. Not too surprising, obviously. Now, both of my puppets, Hungary and the Netherlands, are also very rebellious, so I don't think we'll be holding on to them too long if Vicky do. Mostly down to the fact if either of them get great power, then they'll just automatically break free. And speaking of great powers, we are second in the world. Unfortunately for us, our old overlord and stomping grounds of the Byzantine Empire has rebirthed itself into existence. So once again, I'm gonna have to go over there and teach them why Rome was not built in a day. It was actually built over 1,000 years at this point. Or I should say, rebuilt over 1,000 years, but it also destroyed within a day. Not itself this time though, just other empires, and it's done it very proficiently. But this is us. We've been looking pretty good. I like where we're situated in the map. We don't really have anything overseas except obviously Rome, and I did get a small charter company down here, which I never did anything with. As usual in EU4, just kind of ended up with a whole bunch of political powers that we never use, so I did do a whole bunch of culture converting around, but the way it translates into Vicky 2 is it won't just straight up make this province Germanic. It will be a portion from the history. It doesn't matter, okay? It probably won't be fully German. Oh yeah, when I say German, no, these are the Germans. We're not actually German, we're Roman, but it just says Germanic, which is in the Roman culture group. I already explained this before. But yeah, this is our beautiful Roman nation, about to go into probably one of the most turbulent times it's ever gonna go through. I don't know where we're gonna end up in Vicky 2, but I'm excited to do it. So, as usual, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like and hit the subscribe button down below to carry on the mega campaign journey, and also make sure you go ahead and check out the merch, get yourself a poster, link down below. They'll be gone in January. Anyway, goodbye.